how to train your tibialis anterior, which is this muscle right here, which is key for developing very good knee health. So let's get to the first exercises of 5 exercises that I'm going to show you in this video. If you're just a beginner like I was back when my knees started to hurt, then I used to search some of exercises that I really wanted to focus on knee pain, but I realized that it was more because of my bad dorsiflexion of my ankles. As when I did the dorsiflexion, cues that you can do and watch other videos, which is very easy, I realized that my right knee is a bit less mobilized than my left knee, and maybe it's because I had a little injury almost 8 years ago when I was ice skating, which I did this in a very bad way, right? So the first exercise that I want to show you is very basic, very beginner friendly, and it's the tibialis raises, but seated, as you don't have your full weight of your body, you only have the weight of your legs, which is again more beginner friendly. Now you just get seated, try to put your legs at a 90-degree angle, and you just raise your tibialis, do some dorsiflexions, and slowly go back down, and then again up, and then successively you can try to extend your legs, and it's more and more challenging as the range of motion is greater, right? In this way you will feel a deep contraction in the muscle right here, which is the tibialis anterior, which is very key for helping your knees. I have my knee sleeves on as I was just working out, but you can still see that my tibialis is contracting right here, right? And this is very important as you actually start strengthening your tibialis muscle, which is a very neglected muscle that you should take care of, because maybe that's the reason that you have knee pain or that you're experiencing some discomfort, when you're going to do some squats or leg extensions or, exercises that you flex the knee a lot, right? So let's get to the second exercise. Now we get into a more progressive one, you start getting some progressive overload with the tibialis anterior. Once you're very comfortable, which you're gonna be after just 2-3 weeks, you can do it standing, and you can start by, putting your legs very close to the wall or column, like in my case, and just some steps to the front and do some raises right here, some tibialis raises. And as you can see, you're gonna get improving your dorsiflexion on your ankles, which also helps you in that. Now, when it's more easier and easier, but you put yourself more and more forward, as you're already beginning in a more stretched position of your tibialis, because you're putting your feet more and more in a way that you extend more your tibialis, like this. So you can see it's going to be more challenging once I start going forward and forward, because of the elongated position of my tibialis, not because, I'm putting myself more and more down, It's more of the biomechanics of this muscle. Once you are able to do this, as I'm right here in this phase, you can try to add more weight or do some other exercises that I'm going to show you right now. But always take care of this first. Take care of the movement and the technique before doing any progress, right? Especially if you're doing this for rehab. So let's get to the third one. Third exercise we're gonna do is with the resistance band. And I attached this resistance band to this cardio machine right here that I think it's broken. So the point of this exercise is that you're gonna put of course, a bit of resistance on your tibialis. In this way, try to put yourself backward a little bit. This way you already have the resistance, and slowly, go to the eccentric of the tibialis and then raise, do the dorsiflexion. You can bend your knee to be more comfortable, but try not to move it as much. Try to move more your ankle. This way you are doing the dorsiflexion the right way, as you can see right here. See? Slowly go down and contract explosively, like you're doing in your normal exercises of your other muscle groups, right? Now do the amount of sets and reps that you can do. Then you go to the other side. By the way, you can also try to do it a bit more heavy or add more resistance depending where the pain is more or less, where the pain is, if it's in the right or the left. But try to do the same amount of reps and sets, in my opinion, with the same weight. Don't debalance your strength. You know, that's why it's better to do unilateral exercises like this one. All right, and once you finish with that, you can try to add a heavier resistance band with more resistance, or you can just add some weight or do other variations of the exercise, which I'm going to show you in the next exercise. So let's get to that one. If you're ready to add some weight to the tibialis raises, you can do this one, which I'm going to use a plate, but you can use a dumbbell or a kettlebell, which is highly recommended. Here in this gym, they don't have very light kettlebells, so I don't want to risk it. So you put it like this. Try to get in the seated position first. If you wanted to do it then in the standard, better, but always start seated. You just raise it with the weight like this, and it's way more simple. Then raise it up, 1, 2, 3, down, all the way up again. The bad thing of this one is that you need to use both of your legs when you're using the plate. That's why I recommend that if you have some very light kettlebells, put the part of the kettlebell where you grab it in between your feet, and this way you already have that, you know, like a grip of your feet with the kettlebells. But in this case, I'm doing it with the plate this way, and you can add the same plate or a bigger plate depending on what you're comfortable with. Of course, you will not do it with the 45s, but you can stack some of 5s like this one right here, and this way you'll be able to train your tibialis anterior. Now, I want to focus now in one more exercise, which is a bit different, but it's also very effective for your tibialis. The last exercise that you can do to help train your tibialis anterior is, I call it the ATG split squats, which of course it's of the knees over toes guy, and I really learned that from him, so I credit him, of course, to put it in this video. But what you're gonna do is try to dorsiflex as much as you can your feet, like, you know, putting your knee forward, like bending your knee forward instead of down. And so you're gonna do this, try to focus on the balance. So go all the way to the front until you dorsiflex your toe. Try not to dorsiflex it, so go ahead and go where you can. I can right here, and just 3 seconds, and then all the way back, and then again dorsiflex all the way to the front. And you're gonna also feel it on your tibialis as well as on your knees. That means that you're working your knees. Again, try not to get hurt. Do it in a very slow fashion. If you feel any pain, stop it and do it more light. You can try to do some lunges instead, but we're here to focus more on the tibialis anterior and not the quad. So all the way to the front, and here it's where I can hold it there 3 seconds, and all the way back again. 1, 2, 3, then stop here, 1, 2, 3, and all the way back. And that way you got the ATG split squat. I think it's some like that. It's similar to the ATG split squat, but the point of these exercises is that you strengthen those areas that are very neglected, like not only the tibialis anterior, but another muscles like the neck, the serratus, and even another muscle very undertrained, which is the adductors, which may increase the size of your legs if you don't train them. So train your adductors, and this way, if you're bulking as well, you will see way more improvements, and your legs will get very thick, which is great. But as of this video, because we're focusing on the tibialis anterior, I think that this has helped me a lot with my knee pain since I started to have it some months ago, and I hope I helped in this video, which these 5 exercises. If you want to check other videos, you can check them right here, and see y'all in the next one.